Welcome back to the Anthony Lee Crypto channel. We are live on this Tuesday morning. How is everybody? How are you guys doing? Check out the new background, guys. The lovely Mrs. Catherine Lee designed that for us. Just trying it out. You can see we got the logo right there. Anthony Lee Crypto. Join us, guys. AnthonyLeeCrypto.com. Join the VIP Discord. How are you guys? How are you? Got a poll going this morning. Be sure you give us your opinion. Are we going to 91K or 97K first? That is the question today. We'll take a look. We'll try to answer that. Max, good morning. Max is always the first to arrive on the scene. Always, every day. Thanos, morning. Salt Chain says, I like it. I like it. I like it too. I think it's kind of cool. It's kind of my style. If you guys knew me a little better, you would know this is, like, I would live in something like this. Like I'd put my Harley over here. No, Harley over here. Sorry, I have the camera's flipped. So when I'm moving this, it's actually my right hand. I put my Harley over here. I'd have my Hummer right there behind it. I'd have my bed over there. Refrigerator way over there. I would totally live in something like this. Totally. I put some of my gym equipment sporadically around the place. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna dive into the Bitcoin price here in just a few. U.S. market set to open. Bitcoin's getting a little pump today. Let's pull up the chart here and see what we're looking like. All right, let me move me down out of the way here, guys. Y'all don't need to see me too much of me anyway. Not much to look at. Bitcoin getting a little pump here today. Came right down. Look at it, guys. Look at it. I missed this trade. It happened at like 1 o'clock this morning. I was sleeping, but came right down into the order block, the green box there. It tagged the previous day VWAP. I mean, tagged it to the dang dollar and bounced up out of there. So we'll see if we get some continuation. We're coming up to a bearish order block now. When you see the block moved over here like this is moved over here. It's not here. That means this order block's already been played out. I haven't even checked. There may be a new order block there. We'll check there in a second. We'll check right now. No real order block there. So that order block's already played out. I extend them across the screen. For those of you new here, I extend them across the screen. Like you see, these are extended across the screen. All these are extended. But once it gets tapped and played out, I move it back out of the way. So we did take this short trade in the Anthony Lee crew yesterday. We had the big red box here. This was our box into the swing high from back in December. From this entire range, which is back through early November. We had the swing high right there, and we SFP'd it, and I let the Discord know immediately whenever I SFP'd, the Bitcoin SFP'd this, that I had entered the short here. I'm now stopped out of this short, but I did take down, I think like $300 worth of profit. We'll go take a look in a minute and see our profit, our P&Ls. But I think I took $300 on this, something like that. And we made about $650 live on stream with 3 scalps yesterday. I think it was 3 scalps, made $650. So all in all, we're up $800-900 on the day. Let's take a look. I can't even remember. We've only done one trade this morning, up $107. We made $825, just $824 yesterday. $824.95 was our P&L for yesterday. All in all, we're up about $5,000 since the first, so we're making about $1,000 a day, I guess. $4,600 we're up so far. $4,600 in the last this year. So pretty good start to the year. Pretty good first week, but that's not all. As you know, last Monday live on stream, I did the dang trade live on stream. I showed you. I put 76,000 US dollars, real dollars, on WorldCoin. I told you WorldCoin is about to pump. I told you that was 1 week ago yesterday, so we're like 7.5 days into that trade. $76,000 was the portfolio value. Let's take a look. Boom, $98,000. So we're up $22,000 in 1 week, almost $23,000 in 1 week on WorldCoin. Just a spot trade. It's not even leverage. It's just spot. And I told you this. I told you it's about to pump. I'm not selling this until it reaches $200,000. And I'm not even kidding you. You thought I was kidding at 76 when I told you next stop's 100K. You thought I was kidding then. I wasn't, and I'm not kidding when I tell you next stop is 200K. So if you're not on the WorldCoin train, it is not too late. We're going to jump into that. I'm going to show you why it's not too late. And I'm also going to look at, we're going to do a little different today. If you want to trade, I'm going to help you to trade the U.S. market open, but I am not live trading today. I've been busy today. I haven't really had a chance to get things set up, but I locked myself out of my KCEX account last night. I was doing my withdrawal like I always do. I withdraw my profits every day, and I entered my, they have the little verification code. I entered it wrong 3 times. I'm like, I'm not entering this wrong. This is what happens when I do things without the readers on. 3 times, and so then they lock me out, and I have to send a picture of my ID with my face today and get it unlocked, which won't be a problem. It's like, I don't know, it's like, you know, it's bittersweet. It's like, God, this is really frustrating, but at the same time, it's like, okay, cool. So this is like an extra level of security. So if somebody is trying to hack me and take all my money off, like they just froze it up and like, hey, no, you prove you're you, and then we'll give you your money. So I've never had a problem withdrawing there, so I'm not bashing them. It's my own fault. But anyway, I didn't have time to load up my MEXC or anything like that this morning, so I will not be trading. I'm going to get this unlocked right as soon as we end the stream, or at least send in my verification. Hopefully I do it pretty quick. But I will tell you what I would do when a trade approaches. So other than that, we're going to look at some big picture stuff, kind of see where we're headed. And all coins are starting to rip. Thanos, I saw your algo's up like 5% today. Nice job. So go ahead, spam your alts in the chat right now, and I will take a look at them as we get kind of into the stream today. Let me know what you want to look at. I'm going to show you this WorldCoin, how I got this 20. You see it ticking right here. This is live. This is not a screenshot. You see the price changing? I'm not one of those guys that post screenshots and try to convince you they're real, like some YouTubers might do. I'm not going to mention names. This is ticking. This is live, and you saw me take it live last Monday, so you know it is legit. Okay, guys, show me your alts. Spam the chat. Let me know. I'm going to take a look at some alts. I'm going to tell you targets. So by the way, Bitcoin is under a Lionheart signal, right? If you don't know what that is, we're going to cover that in a minute. WorldCoin is also under a Lionheart signal, which is part of the confluence I had with taking this trade. So most of you, especially anyone not in the Discord, you will not have the Lionheart indicator. It is an indicator that I created, and it is only available to my Discord. So give me your alt, and I will take a look and see if it's under a Lionheart signal as well. Okay, cool. All right, let's see some alts, guys. Hit that poll too. Let me know. Our U.S. market's opening. We got news coming out here too. News is coming up. S&P PMI. It's coming up in about 30 minutes. Is that correct? Let me refresh this. 15 minutes. 15 minutes. So that's coming up at 8:45. That's odd. That's an odd time. That's what it says. 15 minutes. So we'll look at this. It is a 3-star, so it is a biggie. We told you yesterday when we looked at these. We looked at these live on stream, and they came out, and I said that it was bullish, and we get that big pump up, took out the swing high, and then immediately crashed down, followed up the rest of our plan, although it didn't come as low. The question is, will we come the rest of the way down? Tomorrow's the biggie, guys. Tomorrow is the big news day, okay? We got the JOLTS. JOLTS is, you got ISM, PMI, non-farm employment, all that, but you got the JOLTS jobs. That's the biggie, guys. So tomorrow's the biggie, and then Friday you have non-farm payrolls. Wednesday, every day you have news. So every day is going to be good volatility. We're going to make a lot of money. But Wednesday and Friday are going to be the biggest two. Assuming, now, it could be nothing burgers if they come in and meet expectation. I mean, just hit it exactly. But if they come a little high, a little low, you're going to have some volatility, okay? And nothing ever meets expectation. I mean, occasionally something will, but with this many reports, something's going to be off. So it should be exciting tomorrow. Oh, let's see. John, good morning. West Coast. Thanos wants to see XRP. We'll take a look at XRP. I'm surprised, man. I thought you'd want to look at Algo. XRP, we can do that. Let me write these down a little bit. Anybody get in on that WorldCoin trade? I even posted it in Discord to let you guys know. I showed the Lionheart signal on it. I hope you got in, guys. I mean, I'm not kidding. When I give you trades, I don't give you trades just to try to influence a coin or influence you. I give you trades because it's what I'm doing, and it's because my charting lines up with that, and I believe in the trade. So you too, I know I had to put up 76 grand, but you too could have put up 76 grand and be up $22,000 in a week on a spot freaking trade. I should have at least 10x leveraged this, right? What was I thinking? Somebody should have told me. John wants to see Solana. Okay, we'll look at Sol. We're gonna look at WorldCoin in case you are interested, because I'm telling you guys, it's going to do a 2x from here at least. Okay. We're going to take a look. I'm going to tell you why. WorldCoin, XRP, Solana, got it. Y'all keep spamming them down. We'll take a look. All right, U.S. market just opened. We're getting a little razzle-dazzle here. Let's see what happens. Excuse me. Getting a little move here, guys. Just because I'm not trading doesn't mean I wouldn't take certain trades if I tell you that I would short or I would long. I just locked myself out. That's okay. I'll get back in. And when I get back in Discord later, I'll let you know that I'm back active trading. $900 up on the day yesterday. That doesn't include, we are still in a long. We're in a long from down here, 90.5K. We're in a long. Lionheart signal long. So we still have that long. That's on the other account, though. I could pull that up and show you, and I might do that. I'm not locked out of that account. But all the funds that I have on that account are tied up, 100% of them on the Lionheart trade. We've already TP'd on that. Stop loss at entry. And we're letting the rest ride all the way to 97K. We'll take a look, see if that's still our target. The target is the 55-day moving average, which it moves every day, obviously, so the target may not always be the same every day. So we got the long entry signal on Lionheart. Where's my guy? There he is. Gotta have my guy. So target is here at 55, which is coming in at 97.1 as of now. May even be, depending on how long it takes to get there, maybe a little higher, a little lower. It looks like it's starting to curve, so it may actually come up a little, just slightly, but 97K. 97K is our next TP. Algo we covered a little bit, so you saying you don't want to see it again? Is that what you're saying? It's moving today. What are you up? So far, right at 4% on the day. Lionheart trade. And when we get up there, if and when we get up there, this Lionheart signal on the 2 daily time frame. First of all, on the daily time frame for Bitcoin has never, ever failed. Ever. That's not to say it can't fail someday. That's not to say it won't fail someday. But thus far, the entire history of Bitcoin, it has never failed. Go back and back test it, okay? I've back tested it on stream before. I'm not fixing to do it now. Go back and back test it. It's never failed. So what the signal is when the 5, which is the white line here, 5 crosses the 13. So when the white line crosses the orange line, when the 5 crosses the 13 on the daily time frame, 100% of the time, Bitcoin has gone to the 55-day EMA, which is this green line, before coming back and taking out the last swing low, okay? Before that, okay? This is the 2-day, but you can see that was on the daily. We got the signal right here. This one came close. 95% of the time this resolves within 5 days. Once it has gone 24 days, and this one went 35 days. So this is the longest it's ever taken. And it did come close. You got the signal, you moved up, and then you came down, but you did not take the last low. You came close, but you didn't take it, and then you eventually came up and got the winning trade there. So not the prettiest trade, not the prettiest Lionheart trade, but it did play out. And at the end of the day, a stat is a stat and a win is a win. So we'll take it, right? We can look back at a couple of the others, just so you can see it never really takes that long. You get on the Lionheart, you get the exit signal once it hits the 55. It tells you, just in case you're not paying attention, you can set an alert on it. We get the long, same day there. Short entry, same day. Short entry, same day. Long entry, same day. Short entry, next day. Short entry, 2 days later. This one took about 2 weeks. We almost tapped it a couple days later. I would have counted this because I would have TP'd this right here. I mean, you came just like $1 away. And that would take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. You get the point. You get the long entry next day. Long entry about a week later. Never failed. Short entry next day. Short entry same day. Anyway, you get the point. Never failed. So this signal has played out, but I'm going to show you some good news. We're under the 2-day signal now. Currently under the 2-day signal, fired off on the last period, so 2 days ago. Fired off. I entered the long. I'm still in the long here. Have not hit target yet. The goal will be not to come below the last swing low. But you see this table up here on the top right, moving average cross levels. That tells you when the 5 will cross the 13. At what level? If Bitcoin price were to go there today, it would have to go there today. Now, that wouldn't necessarily be the price it had to go to a week from now as these moving averages move closer together, right? But if it were to go to there today, it would have to close below 88.2 in order for this to cross back to the downside. So you'd have to come all the way down to like here for these two averages to cross like that and the 5 cross over 13, okay? That's if it happened today. All right. That doesn't matter. What matters is the 3-day time frame cross. That's what I want to look at, okay? So we're under the 2 already, confirmed, 3-day. Look at this. Look how close this is. Let me zoom in on this for you so you can see how close this is. Boom, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. For price to, for these averages to cross today, price would have to close above 94,535. If that happens, you're going to get this cross. And then the 3-day Lionheart signal will fire off with a target of about 99.5K, okay, minimum, okay? So the 2-day should play out one time, once on the 2-day did it not play out. So you're at a 98% win rate on the 2-day, once ever in the history of Bitcoin. And we looked at that. It wound up playing out, actually, but you took out the previous swing low first, okay? So only once. Pretty damn good odds, all right? But if this does play out, 97K, which is the target, right? You follow me? Is higher than 94.5. So if you do play that out and complete the target on the 2-day, then you will have a cross on the 3-day, which will bleed over to a new signal and a target of 99.5K. Okay? So we're looking to move up on Bitcoin. We're looking to move up quickly. It doesn't mean it goes today or tomorrow. It could be a week from now. But the point is, the momentum is to the upside, okay? If you're trying to short this, then you're in the wrong business. Now, that doesn't mean you can't catch some scalp shorts here and there. It doesn't mean we're not going to pull back a little bit and you can't still make money. I made $800, almost $900 yesterday only shorting Bitcoin, okay? That's it. I don't think I took any longs. Maybe one. Maybe one. I don't know. I just shorted. Okay, I'm not going to long this because I'm already in a long. I'm already in a long, right? So what I'm going to look for is when you get these little moves up and you come into resistance points and things like that, I'm going to look to short that. I'm going to look to short that. I'm going to look to even short that. I'm going to look to short that. Yeah, you could still do some scalp longs here, but I'm already in a day trade long, so I'm just trying to pick little crumbs off the shorts here and there, okay? And if I missed a short, that's cool. I'm already hedged long, so it doesn't matter to me. I'm making money either way. You got to be in the shorts and the longs, guys. You got to be schlonging it. Coming up on 8:45, which is when we're looking for our trade. Let's look at the 5-day Lionheart, see where we're at on that. Not really close. You'd have to close above 103. Although after another week or two, these will be much closer together, so you might get it. 55 is around 99K anyway, so it wouldn't do you much good to get that. All right, so Thanos says, let's do both. Once the XRP in, I'll go. We're going to take a look. Right after this little 845 move, we're going to take a look. We're going to jump right into altcoins. Guys, I'm going to put out a video for some more beginner traders coming up. When I first started trading, all I traded and made a boatload of money was value area ranges. That's it. That's it. Value area low, point of control, value area high. I sold or shorted value area high, profit at POC, TP2, value area low. Wait on the reclaim of value area low, enter long, TP point of control, TP2, value area high. Rinse and repeat. Made a boatload of money. That's so easy. I will tell you, it is boring. It is boring. I mean, because you may have a range, you may have a range like this, range, very high, very low, point of control right here, right? You may have a range, and this from there to there may take you a week. May take you a day, but may take you a week. May take you longer than that. May take you 2 weeks. So it is very boring, right? That's why I scalp in between, but I still trade like this. Okay, and then finally you can take your profit, comes up a little bit, you wait till it closes inside the range, you enter your short, TP, right? TP2, right? But that may take a week, that may take 12 days. Then you may rebound in 1 week or 1 day because of liquidity spikes. And then it may take you 3 more weeks to get back down here like this. You dance around POC before going down. It's very boring. But it is very, very, very profitable. So for those of you that don't like trading very much, you're totally cool with taking 1 or 2 trades a week, this is it. This is how I built everything that I have. It's trading like this. And then I got cutesy and went with scalp trading because I realized I could make a lot more. But this is how I built everything that I have. I'm going to do a video on that today. Anybody be interested in a video like that? I know some of you are not liking the scalp trading stuff. Even though I give you the red and green boxes, I know some of you aren't taking them, which is cool. You shouldn't take my trades. You should use them in confluence with your trades. Although we hit most of the time. Except for this box, guys. I'll leave my boxes on here, my historical boxes on here so you can see. Bitcoin's starting to move down, guys. We got 1 more minute before 8:45. I'll leave my historical boxes on here so you can see how well they play out. I don't move them. You can see like nailed it. That's the bat signal. Nailed it. A little move here, but nailed it. A little move there. Got that one. You can see them, guys. We nail these trades. These boxes have a lot of thought I put into them. But this box right here, I left it on here. This is a massive failure. Bitcoin said, we don't care about no stinking box. Pushed right through it, guys. But we nailed this one. Got a little trade here. TP'd like here. And then came back up. And I put my stop loss right here. So came back up right there. Got stopped out. Bitcoin moving down. Anyway, boxes. They're there for a reason. They're not just there because I decided to throw some lines on a chart. Multiple areas of confluence in all of my boxes. It's not just a fib. It's not just, a point of control, although those are good. It has multiple areas of confluence. All right, let's take a look. Bitcoin moving down. Looks like a good short trade, guys, but let's put VWAP on. We just hit our 845. Let's see. See what we got. Let's bring up Bjorn. By the way, Bjorn nailed this pump into VWAP. Nailed this pump into VWAP this morning. Right here. Look at that. Look at that beautiful green Bjorn dot on the 24-minute, which I've told you is your gateway from low time frame to medium time frame. Nailed it in massive pump right there, guys. Over $1,000 pump right there. Let's see what Bjorn's telling us here. Let's look at the 6 minutes. I would short this right now. I would short this TP back at VWAP, guys. I would already be in the short. We're short. We're not really short because my account's froze, but we're short. And we'd be in profit right now, guys. Already in profit. The short would have been from 94.75. Oh, we'd probably be stopped out now because y'all know I run a tight stop loss. No drawdown. I do no drawdowns. I'm okay with scalping, but it's really anxiety ridden. I love the anxiety. West Coast is definitely interested in that video. Salt Chain says definitely. John says same. Okay, I'll do that video. I'll try to do that video today. If I were in this short, guys, I would already TP1 probably right now. I would TP1. Just broke that little band of VWAP. I would TP1 about 25% of my trade. Stop loss to entry up here at 94.75. I'm a TP1. I'm stop loss at entry. I'm looking for TP2 at VWAP here around 93.670-ish. It's a good short trade, guys. If you are in this trade, this is our 845 trade we're looking for. We would be up a couple $100 on this trade right now. Coming out of VWAP, just like we called for, guys. This was a good trade. I hope some of you took it. And that would be it. Didn't quite tap it. Probably going to come back into it, but I would have TP2'd right there. As soon as it popped up right there, out of TP2. Right on that pop. But we're going to come down into it, guys. We're actually going to hit it. Those of y'all still in this trade, good job. I hope you took it. And there it is. It's tapped. It is tapped. TP2. I would move stop loss and profit here. Probably see this high right here. I'm gonna move it just above that high. That'd be my stop loss right there. Stop loss and profit. 93.930. Call it 93.935. Thanos says nailed it. Give me one sec, guys. Sorry about that. Look at this, guys. Good trade if y'all took this. Kerry Benz entered at 94.320. Welcome. Good, great trade. Great trade. I would have entered up there also if my account was not frozen right now. And if I wasn't out this morning, I was out handling some things. I didn't have time to transfer over to my MEXC. Good job, Thanos. I hope you're still in this trade, dude. No drawdown, man. Put that stop loss in profit somewhere. Put that stop loss in profit somewhere. Good little morning trade, guys. I'm so upset that I missed this. I'll make it back later today. Don't worry. Don't worry. Well, this is a gimme trade. This 845 trade is a gimme freaking trade every single day. I take that back, Lord. You bless us with this. It is not a gimme trade. You've shown us the way, though. Good job. Good job, guys. All right. Everybody should be in this trade. At least have TP'd. Probably about to get stopped out. Maybe not. It's above this high for a reason. Look at this high, guys. Look at this high. You may reject from here. Look at this high. Boom. Resistance, resistance, resistance. Support. It's a good high, guys. It might stop you out, though. And that's okay if it does. You may profit. Thanos already stopped out with a good profit. That's what I'm talking about, brother. And I would be stopped out right now, too. I would hit a TP1, TP2, and a stop out on profit if I were in on this trade, guys. Good job, guys. Good 945 trade. If you're just joining us, we do this trade every single Monday through Friday. And since we have started doing this, probably about 2 months ago, we have not lost a single trade, okay? We've lost some trades throughout the day trading. I do lose trades. Don't get me wrong. I'm not being arrogant. But with this 845 trade, we have not lost, not one single time. We'll probably lose it tomorrow now that I've said this. But we've not lost this trade one single time, and I think the guys that have been here can vouch for that. Not one single time have we lost this trade. It's just an easy trade. It's an easy trade. And all it is, like 99% of the time, and we don't just do this blindly, but where is the 830 candle? Between 8:30 and 8:45, they kind of give you a fake out of what they want to do. I mean, you're here all morning, you've been pumping up, and then they kind of confuse you a little here. It's always this way. And then as soon as they start 8:45, that candle starts the direction they really want to go. And that's what we did, just traded that candle, okay? Because we knew this was just confusion right here. And they used vector candles prior to that. See these green candles? These are green vector candles. Those are high volume candles. Those are market maker candles inducing you to trade a certain way, okay? And now they could take this thing to $150,000 with vectors if they want. And so you can't always do vectors during the day, but right here around market open, when you start to see vectors before the market open, okay, right before the market open, you start to see vector candles. Like these going up, going up, going up, going up. We know that at 8:45, they're going to come collect their vectors. They're going to come recover these vectors. We know it. They do it every time. Every time. Like they have a playbook. Like they have a playbook, and it's written in the playbook. Like every single time, go recover the 8 o'clock to 8:30 vectors at 8:45 exactly. It's in the playbook. I've seen it. And we trade it every single morning. That's all you got to watch for. Every once in a while, they will, but we do look for certain confluences, signals on Bjorn, things like that. We don't just take them blindly. But as soon as we get that 8:45 candle, if we get a confluence down here on Cypher or Bjorn, and the price is headed in that direction, then that is what we do. And look what happened on Bjorn. You don't need the dot, guys. I should take these freaking dots off. People get so confused with the dots. Let me show you. This is so easy. How do we turn dots off? There, dots are off. You know how I saw this, guys? Let's look at Bjorn. Look how I saw this. So where is our 8:45 candle? Right here. Let's mark that out. 8:45 candle. Boom. Okay. You see on Bjorn? Bjorn is down here. For those of you who don't know this, this is an indicator that I developed. It is available for the VIP Discord only. AnthonyLeeCrypto.com. That's all you gotta do. Join it. So right here at 8:45, this multicolored line, you see it's yellow, green, blue, orange, red, all that. That is volatility. Volatility. That means the aggressiveness of the move. When volatility is headed down like this, look at price action. Sideways, boring. When it's headed up, that doesn't mean price is headed up. That means volatility. It means you're getting aggressive one way or the other. Big move up. The way to tell which way it's going to go when you get volatility headed up is look at the gray line, which is stochastic, okay? So right here at 8:45, they'd already done their move, so I was already on the lookout for a move down to recover these vectors at 8:45. I was already looking for that. I just wanted them to give me a reason to take the trade, okay? Well, right at 8:45, we had volatility tick back to the upside, which means we're fixing to move somewhere aggressively in a hurry. Stochastic headed down, so I knew to short this. So that was the signal I needed to come recover my vector candles. Does that make sense? That's all. Never mind the dots. I turned the dots off. I don't even need the dots. I don't even use the dots. I only use the dots on live stream because folks like dots. I don't like dots because then I could be like this. I would have missed this trade if I was looking for dots because I'm too dependent on, okay, it's going to give me a dot. It's going to give me a dot. It's going to give me a dot. No dot. And I missed the trade. And I missed making $250. I don't need the dots. I don't want the dots. I don't want to become dependent on. I'm that guy. I drive a Hummer, and I don't have a backup camera because I don't want to get too reliant on the backup camera. So that I don't want that, you know, because what if that fails, or what if you don't see something in the camera? I'm like old school. I'm looking back. So I don't want the dots. I become reliant upon the dots. I got to see a dot, and I miss a lot of trades if I'm looking for dots. Don't look for dots. Look for volatility headed up. When it is headed up, trade the direction of stochastic. And I mean, don't blind trade it. Use some good risk management. Know where you are on the chart. If this thing were to, let's say I've had some people do that and they do it very well, and then they lose a trade and they don't understand how it failed. Well, let's say this, just ignore everything. Let's just say that this volatility ticked up and stochastic ticked down, and you're right into the VWAP or point of control. Well, you might not want to short this because, yeah, it's ticking up, and yes, stochastic's headed down, but you've got a strong area of support right below you. So you could easily just bounce and reverse, and if you're not quick, you're going to take a loss. So make sure you got a little bit of room in between when it ticks. That way you can just have enough to make the profit worth it. So your risk to reward is worth it. Your risk to reward would not be worth it if it ticked that way this way, unless you busted through VWAP, and then you might take a breakdown of VWAP trade, okay? But don't trade into support. Don't trade into resistance. If you're that close and you get the signal, make sure you get the clean break, the confirmed break first. Hope that makes sense, guys. I know I harp on this, but it's just the best. It's just the best. No dots. No dots. Murphy's Law. That Murphy guy must have had a roughly. Yeah, for sure. Faux show. Good trade, guys. Good job, Thanos. Got our new person in here. Good job, Carrie Benz. Good job. All right, we're going to take a look at some altcoins. Anybody have any questions about this trade or the Bjorn indicator or how we got this trade this morning? Any questions before I move on? And then we're going to cover some of these alts. And I'm going to do that video on value area ranges. I'm going to try to do it today. You got to take these trades, though. I'll tell you part of the problem with a lot of you. I used to be this way, too. I'm not knocking you. I'm telling you, I've done this. Let's see. Turn the VWAP off. Okay, let's look at just kind of like current price action here. I know it's kind of cluttered with, let me turn these trade boxes off. Okay, I know it's still a little cluttered. That's okay, we'll live. So you can see the blue line here, the red line and the blue line, okay? You see the range. I'll go a little higher time frame. It's value area range, right? Value area range. So you come down, here's the blue line, here's value area high. You come down, you know, you break through, people are, and then you come back, but people, you have to close back inside the range in order to take the trade. Usually a 4-hour candle does it for me. Let's go to the 4 hour so I can show you. So you come back in, let's say this trade right here. This trade right here, right? You come down, there's your low, okay? You come back, you close this candle within the range, okay? If you enter this trade, your target one, your TP1 is going to be, so you enter this trade right there. First of all, your stop loss is going to be below that low. Has to be below that low, okay? TP1 is going to be right there, point of control, which is like a 1-to-1 risk to reward, which is not great. But that's not your ultimate TP. Your ultimate TP is going to be up here, value area high, which gives you almost a 4-to-1 risk to reward, okay? It's pretty good odds. I mean, I aim for about 3-to-1 or better, so 4-to-1 is really good, okay? With a TP1 here, I mean, yeah, point of control is a little close for my liking. I like it more in the middle or the upside, but it is what it is. On the flip side, on the shorts, you get a good risk to reward before your TP1. Anyway, you come here, TP1, you wind up getting stopped out of this one back here, but once you break through point of control, see, you come up. A lot of people are afraid to take this trade because the momentum, look at this, just relentless sell pressure, relentless. So people are afraid to take it, but it's value trading. You got to just trust it. You got to trust it, and you look for other areas of confluence, bullish divergence, things like that. Come in, you take this trade, a little drawdown, but you don't get stopped out. You come in, TP1, okay? You push above it, you close above it. Me, I move my stop loss up then. I'll move it up to, this looks like a good area of resistance right here. You have a wick high right here, and you have a candle close right there. So I'm going to move it up just below that because I know that's some support, and you actually came and bounced from there and came back. Anyway, you wind up getting stopped out of this trade, but so you took a TP1 and you got to stop out in profit, okay? Come back down, you lose it again, you wait. You come back, you close up inside of here. You enter your long trade. Boom, TP1, right? And this one, you ride all the way up, and you would have wound up getting stopped out if you moved your TP here, but still, you're making TPs. And you're crazy if you're waiting all the way up here to TP2. At least I would be crazy. I'm TPing somewhere in here because you're coming up to all of these resistance levels. So you're TPing when you come up to those. I'd probably actually be at a TP3 if I made it up here. Okay. Come back down. You hold the point of control. You got stopped out. You came back. You reclaim the point of control. You could enter this trade again on the reclaim of point of control. And then eventually you finally wind up coming up here. Okay. So what we would look for here is a loss of value area high here. And as soon as you close that 4-hour candle inside here, I'm shorting. You got all kinds of resistance down here. Golden pocket right here. I would probably TP there, catch a little bounce, hope to come down here, TP2 a point of control, and then on down into the value area low. You got to trust these. And look how much it just bounces. This range, guys, bounces this range. So many trades here, but each of these take days. These are 4-hour candles. This is 23rd of November to 28th. So this is 5 days. This is 5 days. Probably another 4 or 5 days right here. This looks like about 2 days, but it's days worth of trading. So you're not in and out of trades, but there's big profit here. This is a $5,000 range. So big profits here, guys. Range trading, it's the best. I don't care what anybody does, anybody says, range trading is the most profitable. Okay, guys, let's look at some of these altcoins. I'm gonna switch over to the Lionheart. It's not the only indicator. You should use this in confluence with other things, but I want to see which of your coins are currently under a Lionheart signal and what kind of upside we can look for just based upon the Lionheart signal, okay? And we can look at other targets too, but I just want to go on Lionheart because it's fantastic. And with Lionheart, that is how we're up $22,000 in 1 week. All right, we're on WorldCoin. I'm going to the 3-day. We don't, and I know we kind of went over WorldCoin a minute ago. We don't have the 3-day signal yet, but we're under the 2-day. The 2-day should play out, and if it does play out, it will flip the signal for the 3-day, okay? So, and that's what I told Discord last night. I said if that happens, we've still got that's Bitcoin. I'm like, that is not right. All right, we have still got, we hit this 3-day signal, which is about to happen. We've still got another 30% to the upside before you hit the target. Before you hit the target. We're already on our confirmed target that has never failed, never. And from current price action, you've got another 15% to that. So even if you enter now, you got 15% more to the upside expected at a minimum. But if you hit that target, you're going to then be looking at a 30% target because that will signal the 3-day. Does that make sense? So I'm looking for a minimum of 30% more to the upside. And at 98, where are we at? Where are we at, guys? $97,000. $29,100. That's going to put us at a minimum of $126,100 minus the $76,000 we started with. That's a $50,000 profit, guys. $50,000. And we're going to hit it. We're going to hit it. The signal fired off. I trust 100% signals. Actually, I think one of them's a 95% win rate, and that's okay. I trust 95% win rate signals. $50,000 profit, and that should, if I had, it doesn't have to. Sometimes putting a time frame on things is tough, but that should play out, I'd say, within the next 2 weeks. 50 grand What was last Monday? Anybody know the date of last Monday? Last Monday was the 29th. So between the 29th and the 29th, by the end of January, I believe this will play out, that I will have made $50,000 on one spot trade on one coin. And I gave it to you guys, and I'm still giving it to you. So I'm harping, I'm ranting. I know, I'm sorry. All right, let's take a look. Let's see. We got, we just covered WorldCoin. Let's go and look at Thanos' Algorand. Well, I'm sorry, Salt Chain. I'm just seeing this. If you're asking about WorldCoin, I'm on the 2-day time frame right now, between the 2-day and 3-day time frame. For the Bitcoin value area ranges, I was looking at the 4-hour time frame. I like to enter on the 4-hour closures in the value area range. I like to enter there. Closure. You can easily wick up into it and close the 4-hour below it. I wait on closure. Even though you miss some profits, I don't front run. I used to. I've been burned so many times on front running. I hit big on front runs too, but it's just not worth the stress to me. I'd rather lose 2% profit, 3% profit, and have a higher probability trade. Let's look at Algo. Lionheart Algo. Check the daily. Daily hit and already played out. Got the cross here. 15% move to the upside. Let's look at the 2-day. Currently under a 2-day signal, fired off in the last 2-day period, so a couple days ago. From entry to target is a 23% move from current price to target. That's not current price. This is current price. So you're looking at a minimum of 8% more move on Algo, I would say, based upon the Lionheart signal. Minimum 8% more. Let's look at 3-day. Where's that 2-day come in? Target 15.75. So if you do get there, look at the chart in the top right. If you do get there, close above 15 cents, it'll give you a 3-day signal. That target is 15.75, which is above 15 cents. So you would get a 3-day signal fire off. So the minimum Algo, I'd be looking for an 18% move from here, okay? WorldCoin is showing a 30% move. Algo is showing an 18. Now, that doesn't mean Algo can't do 400%. I'm just saying the target based upon the signal. Algo 18%, WorldCoin 30%, okay? That's it. It doesn't mean Algo can't just rip and jump up to $5. You know, from 15 cents to $5. I'm not saying that. We're just going on targets from the signal. Okay? Still a good move, though, guys. Still a good move. We're not even looking at Cypher and dots and money flow and all that. We're just going off the signal because it's so reliable. All right, let's look up Solana. Go to the daily. Daily fired off. Daily was a win. Daily's already closed. Let's go to 2-day. All right, we're under the 2-day signal, same as everything else. From current price, under the 2-day, give you a 7.5% move. Okay, that's up to 152. Let's check the 3-day. 146, close above 146 will give you the signal on the 3-day. So if you fulfill the target for the 2-day, you will get the 3-day signal. 12%. 12%. So WorldCoin's 30. Solana's 12, Algo 16%. And again, Solana could do a 4x from here. I don't care. I'm just talking about the Lionheart signal. Okay, that's it. Hasn't fired off yet, but assuming the 2-day plays out like it should, you'll get the signal for the 3-day. 5-day still a long way away, so it's not relevant yet. Let's check out XRP. Ooh, XRP is already ripping. Wow, look at this. Daily's played out. 2-day hit and has already played out. 3-day has hit and played out. Wow, XRP. Was this the coin to be on, guys? Is this the one to be on? From the time we got the daily signal. We'll go back and look at WorldCoin too. Look at the 2-day. From the time we got 2-day signal XRP's moved 18%. So right there, it's done about the same as WorldCoin. It's just already played out its targets. Again, it gets still 500x from here. But we're just talking the signal. So 3 days already played out and closed, which is good. XRP is a market leader. It used to not be. It used to be a market lagger. Now it's a leader ever since the lawsuit stuff's gone, which is good for your other alts. Your other alts will follow suit. I'd be interested to look at Ethereum too. Let's look at the 5-day. You don't quite have a 5-day signal, but if you close today above this 237, you're currently at 237. If you close right here above, you're going to get the 5-day. It doesn't matter. 5-day signal is already played out. There it is. Look at it. It just popped up. It just popped up as we sat here. That's crazy. Look at the 10-day. Not even close to the 10-day signal. Wouldn't matter. XRP's done. It can still go, but the signal is played out. So I would not trade XRP. Again, XRP could fly to $10 today, but the signal has played out, target achieved. I would not trade it, okay? That's just me. I'll be interested to see ETH, which is typically a market leader too. Go back to the daily. Daily's played out. 2-day is pretty much played out. You got that little bit of gap right there. Hasn't quite targeted, but pretty close, which is good. ETH is a market leader, so if it's hitting targets, that means your other coins should follow suit. Okay, that means WorldCoin 30% should follow suit. Should. 3-day signal. You're currently under the 3-day signal with not much left. 2.5% left to the upside on Ethereum. Again, Ethereum could go to 10 grand today. But as far as the signal goes, you only have 2.5%. It could blast through. I don't care. We're talking signal to target. You have 2.5% left, more to go. Yeah, you're welcome, John. You're welcome. Give me other alts if you want me to throw this indicator. I know most of you do not have this indicator. Give me your other alts. You want to take a look at them, I'll take a look at them right now. Let's look at the ICP. I know folks like ICP. It did a little razzle-dazzle a few weeks ago. See what it's doing now. It crashed after that, though. Look at this. That's what I mean. You got a signal here on ICP. You went to target. Boom. You exited for a 4% gain. See, it tells you your percentage gain when it gives you the exit signal. And after that, you still ripped up another 102%. So, not saying XRP can't do that. We're just talking signal to signal. And that doesn't mean I'm closing the trade when we hit that next level at WorldCoin. That just means I'm shaving off some good profit there, okay? I'll be up 50 grand at that time, $50,000. I'll be up. I'll probably take 50% of that off the table and just see. If we get some reversal signals, I'll close the whole thing. Let's look at WorldCoin. WorldCoin's not even under the 2-day yet. You're at 348 now. If you close above 349, you'll get the 2-day signal. 13%. 3-day. Long ways away, but if you did get the 3-day signal, 23%. So it's not one that I would fool with. ICP. You already have neither the 2 nor the 3 are under the signal yet. You already have coins that are under the signal. So what you could do, if you like swapping coins to trade, not buy and hold, trade. If you're buying and holding, just buy and hold, ride that bitch, okay? But but if you're trading, that's different. So what you could do, here's what you could do. If you get WorldCoin, for example, and you ride it up and you close out at target, right? You close out, then you find a coin like ICP that has not yet fired off a signal. About the time WorldCoin's closing out its target, ICP should be firing its signal, so you flip over to ICP and ride it also, okay? Again, this is not a buy low at the bottom of the bear market and ride it up the whole cycle type strategy. You should not coin hop there. You should not flip coins there. Just buy and hold. I don't care if you see one coin taking off. Don't FOMO in, because about the time you FOMO in, it's starting to retrace, and the coin you're originally on goes, and you miss them both. So don't do that. I used to do that. But you can, if you're trading, when one signal isn't fired, ride the coin you're on up, take profit, and if this one is then firing off, you can ride it up too, okay? that does work most of the time. Gala, but it's not a very good coin. It doesn't have to be a very good coin to make money on it, though, right? Even if it's a coin going to zero, you can make a fortune. Trade it to zero. Short it. We'll take a look. I got you covered West Coast. We'll look at Link 2. Let's go to Gala real quick. I don't think I've ever charted Gala before. All right, let's see. Go to the daily. You got the daily. You just closed the daily target. Currently under the 2-day Lionheart, and I'm not doing any other TA on these. I'm just going on the Lionheart signal. Got the long entry signal. So the next target, 21%, pretty dang good. That takes you to 944. All right, if you don't have the 3-day, but you're dangerously close to getting it there. Close. If you hit that 2-day target, you will get the 3-day target, which gives you a move up of 42%, about 42%. So, yeah, Gala may be a terrible coin, but it's in for a pretty good pump. Okay, at least 42%. Okay, so. Who cares what the coin is? If you can make 42% on it, that's good. So if you hold it, I would stick to where you are right now. Personally, I'm not going to buy it because I don't know anything about it, and I'm big on WorldCoin. I know how it moves. You want to become familiar with a coin, 1 or 2 coins. Don't be one of those people that has like 13 coins and you don't really know, because XRP moves different than Algo, which moves different than Ethereum, which moves different than World. You know. Then you don't really know. One of them looks bullish, one of them looks bearish. You can't. It's just too much. It gets all tangled. I become an expert on a couple of coins. I mean, I don't want to say expert, but I'm pretty good, pretty close to an expert at Bitcoin and WorldCoin, and I know a pretty good bit about Algo because I hold that too. So that's it. That's it. I don't diversify more than that because it just becomes confusing. I know some people do, and that's fine. It just doesn't work for me. So for Link. Daily played out, 2-day. You're under a 2-day. 7% on the next stop. If you get that, you will fire off the signal for the 3-day. 12%. So not very good. Not very good. We've got a 30%er and a 42%er. Even Algo is 18 or 16, 18%, something like that. So not very good. Again, I mean, this could blast to $100. We're just talking signal to signal, signal to target. So Gala has the most upside potential as of now. I'm more comfortable with WorldCoin, but that's just me. But if I'm looking signal to target, Gala has the best upside of the ones we've looked at. Take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin moving up. I don't like it though. This is going to fail. This is going to roll over. How do I know? Volatility is headed down. Stochastic's headed up, but volatility is headed down, which means there's not enough aggression with the upside move. And so eventually, unless this volatility takes back to the upside quick, like when there's not enough aggressive buyers, enough aggressive push to the upside, this thing's going to just roll back over. So this thing's gotta. It's not to say it can't turn around, but it's going to have to do it now. Coming into 702, rejected from the 702, which is my favorite fib retracement. People always say, oh, it goes somewhere between the golden pocket and the 786. If you throw on the 702, it's almost always there. It can go past its 786, certainly. But anytime you see it go between the two, it's almost always that 702. That's the sweet spot for reversals. I know most people like the golden pocket, and it does hit a lot. Yep, this thing's turning around, guys. That's another way you need to read Bjorn. Bjorn's a beautiful thing. I don't even have my dots on. I can turn my dots on and see if we get a red dot here, but stochastic was headed to the upside, right? Right? So you get a little bit of a move because stochastic was headed up, but volatility is headed down. That means the move to the upside is not very strong. That's what that means. Volatility is headed down. That means they're not pushing you with much volatility. So it's probably, if any amount of sellers step in, it's going to go right back down. Unless this changes, that's what's going to happen. And you can kind of front run it by looking at the other time frames. 6 minute volatility was high when stochastic was headed up. See that? Volatility was high. It was red. It was maxed out while stochastic was flipped to the upside. So you got to move up, but now volatility is dying off. And in a few minutes, you're going to see stochastic and price is going to go just like that. Okay, well, here's your saving grace. So you got the 3 minute volatility headed to the upside, stochastic headed to the upside, and you're getting the move up. So 3 minutes bailing you out here. And you always want to look at the lower time frames for these little scalp moves. 15 minutes really too high of a time frame to look at. But the 3 minute can play out real quick and that 15 can take over. So if this 3 minutes, if I'm watching the 3 minutes, okay, the 3 minute, see this, we're on the 6 minute. The 3 minute was headed up in volatility. The volatility in the 6 was headed down. So when I got that signal on the 3 minute that we're fixing to move up, you could enter along. Then you flip back to the 6 minute and watch it. This was just headed down and it just flipped. So if this flips to the upside while you're in your long from the 3 minute, then you know you got a little continuation going on here. Then you're okay. You can push a little bit. And then you flip to the 12 minute. And remember, this was just headed down too, right? This was just headed down. So we'll see if that 6 minute, and look at there. This was just headed down. It was orange. Now it's flipped back to red. So you're maxed out here. So you're getting more continuation to the upside. You watch these things domino effect over from the low time frames to the higher time frames. And that's how you know to get out of your trade or stay in your trade. If you had the 3 minute headed up in volatility and you flip to the 6 and the 6 was still headed down in volatility, that just lets you, and it never flips back to the upside, that just lets you know this little 3 minutes going to do a little bit of something, and then price is going to roll over because it wasn't enough to flip the 6. And that's why we always talk about if you enter on a time frame to flip to a lower time frame to manage it. So if I would have entered on the 15-minute time frame, say it was going up, I entered there, I'm going to flip down to like the 3 minute to manage it, right? And if the 3 minutes headed up, because the 15's headed up, as soon as the 3 flips down, I'm going to know to get out of my trade. I don't have to wait for the 15 to get out of my trade. I'm going to know to get out because the 3 told me. Yeah, good job, Ag Click, Drop Team. That was a good trade. We could have took that if we were not looking at our altcoins, but you know, it is what it is. We make our little 3 and 5% and 1% moves all the time on these scalps. Today we're talking 20s, 30s, 40% altcoin moves because I had a lot of people show interest when I showed that $22,000 profit in 1 week. A lot of people messaged me and was like, oh my gosh, what altcoin should I get on? There's more, what do we do? So we're talking about that. We're looking for bigger moves today over the next week, week and a half. But this certainly was a good trade and good call, man. Really good job. If you want me to look at your alts, somebody throw another alt or two in the chat. We'll take a look before we go. We're on the 12. Stochastic is flipped down, so I would enter a short right here on that. And then I would flip to the 3. Stochastic is flipped down while volatility is still high, so I would have entered a short right here. As soon as that happened, so I would already be in my short. Actually, I'd probably be TP in one because I TP quickly on my scalps. You would have gotten the flip right here at the candle open because of this big wick. So as soon as this candle opened, you would have gotten the flip and stochastic. I would have entered. I would have TP'd right around here, just in case the 618 pulls you back up. TP there. My stop loss would then be right here at entry, and I would be letting the rest of this ride down. And as long as this is still headed down while volatility is still high, we're good. And you can even flip to the 1 to front run that. This has been a good short trade, guys. This is how you use Bjorn. I don't even have the dang dots turned on. I don't need them. I don't even want them. I don't trade with them. Let's turn them on, because you may not have a dot here, and you would have missed this trade. Don't even have a dot. Don't even have a freaking dot. But this would have been a good trade. Don't even have a dot on the 3 either. But this would have been a good trade. I mean, 0.3% move. That's a great scalp trade. It's a great scalp trade. And you're still in it. Stop loss is right here. You're still in it. No dots. No dots. The dots are great, but I don't trade on the dots. I trade on the volatility and the stochastic, and then if I get a dot, that's extra confluence to what I already know is about to happen. But I don't need the dot, and I'm stopped out. But I would have hit a TP1, and on my usual leverage trade with margin size, that probably would have been about 60 bucks in 1 minute. You're not going to retire on that, but they add up. Add click says more up. Well, let's look. Let's look at a little bigger time frame and see. We're just looking at the 3 and 1 minute. Let's look bigger and see what we got going here. Let's try to figure out if we have more up today. I was way more focused on altcoins today, y'all. I'm sorry. I just thought we'd do a little different because I do see some significant financial gain opportunity here over the next couple of weeks on some altcoins. So I wanted to bring that to you today. And I'll still look if anybody has more alts, drop them in chat. Let's see what we got here. So currently we have rejected SFP, the range high here. We've come back, tagged the 786 from this move down, rejected from the 786 so far. Doesn't mean we can't come blast through it. That's what we're about to figure out. Possible anchor trigger here to the downside. So got money flow looking good in the green. Stochastic headed up on the 1 hour, but volatility headed sideways at best. Let's look at 24 minute. 24 minute is our gateway. You earned a 24 minute, well, 24 minute dot just disappeared. It was there a second ago. You're in a confirmed 24-minute Bjorn red dot. But you do have volatility ticking up and stochastic ticking up. Let's look at the daily. That daily crossover into the green, but it's looks like it's kind of curving back to the downside a little. Volatility headed up. I think we have a little cool-off period. I don't think we see any fireworks either way today. I think today's a little slower day. I showed you guys there's a ton of reports tomorrow. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 big reports tomorrow. We already had the report today. What did it do? I don't think we missed it. It was bullish. So bullish report today. I just think we kind of hang on today, guys. I don't think we really go anywhere. I actually think we probably consolidate a little bit. I think this little range that we've kind of been in for the last day, I think we just kind of chop through here. And depending on the reports tomorrow, they're biggies. Depending on those reports tomorrow is going to determine where we go. But as of now, the reports aside, if we didn't have the reports, as of now, the higher time frame signals are suggesting upside. But it doesn't mean we can't grab some liquidity first. But I think we just chop sideways. I think today's a sideways day. There's mixed signals. The daily's kind of pointing to the upside, but very weakly. VWAP kind of rolling over here. Money flow not kicking up. It did cross to the green, but it's kind of ticked down a little, like almost to roll back over into the red. 4-hour volatility is just like dying. KCEX is upside, but volatility is dying, which means even if you do move to the upside, you're not going to get much. Hence this little baby move that's not really going anywhere. Hourly, same thing. Stochastic headed up, volatility headed down, which means not much movement, more sideways than anything. Money flow in the green. I mean, you know, it is very lackluster. Confirmed red dot on the 24-minute. I don't think upside at all today. I think the high's in. I think this high is in for today. And I just think we chop sideways. And if we do take this high, I think it's going to just be a quick SFP and back down. Maybe SFP that. And then, you know, we take both the high and the low. It's the Asia low. Still hasn't been taken. Asia high has already been taken. I think that's it. I think we take Asia low. Worst case scenario to the downside, we come here to 92.2-ish for that golden pocket and then come back up. But I just think we might take this high. I don't know. I don't think we take the high. I just think it's more of a range trade day, guys. I really do. Which, if you're a scalper, that's perfect. You just ping pong. Short, long, short, long, short, long. It's perfect. Let's throw a range on here. I know it's not much sample time for the range, but let's throw a range. It's a small range, and it's not very long. It's only a day or two long. Yeah, we're in the range right there. If you're range trading, it's a very small range. We're just trading the range. Look, we're just bouncing the range. That's all we're doing. Bouncing range, hugging point of control, losing it, value area low, dipping below, coming back up, point of control, value area high, losing it, value area low, value area high. I mean, look, this is a 24-minute time frame. In just the last couple hours, I mean, you have value area low, value area high, value area low, value area high. You're just range trading. AgClick says 95.4 today. I don't think so. I could be wrong. I don't think so. I don't think you leave this range today. I mean, not more than maybe a little swoop here and then right back into the range. Maybe a swoop there, right back into the range. It's a range trade, guys, today, guys. I'm calling it. We'll check this tomorrow. We'll come back and replay the video and see what happens. Now, I'm not saying you can't come take this high. I'm not saying you can't come take this low, but I think for the most part, we trade within this range. Maybe not exact volume profile, but within this range, somewhere from 94.5 to 93K. And if anything, if we do leave the range at all, I think we come down here and hit this golden pocket. But I think this high is in. Best case scenario for upside move, you may SFP that and come right back. May. But I do not see any type of breakout to 95K or more. I don't think we come get this daily naked. I think we kind of hold tight. There's a lot of reports tomorrow. I think the market kind of settles. You've done nothing but straight pumpage for days. And it's just overextended. Just a little breather day, in my opinion. And probably back to pumpage tomorrow. So that's how we're playing it. I don't really care, though. The trade today, hear me, guys. I've harped on it all stream. The trade today is not Bitcoin, okay? Position yourself for these altcoins. Even if they pull back a little today or tomorrow, all of them are under heavy signals for significant moves to the upside. The trade is altcoins. Okay, one more thing we'll take a look at before we go. See if we get any confirmation on that through Bitcoin dominance. Got BTC.D, Bitcoin dominance here on the daily time frame. I've had this, let's go to the weekly. Had this multi-year channel going on. You see it, just bouncing, just straight upside movement. We broken down from it several weeks ago. Finally broke the channel. We came back, big wick up, bearishly back test. That's called a bearish back test. You came up, back tested it, couldn't even hold it, came back down, and have been coming down since, guys. Got a value range here. It works the same, look, works the same, look, very high. Dance around the point of control, very low. Dance around the point of control, very high. Dance around the point of control. Find support back very high. Dance around. Works the same. So, with that in mind, we've lost it now. It doesn't mean we can't, does it not mean we cannot pull back through it? But I don't think so, and I'm going to show you why in a second. So, we've lost this, and we're about to come into this volume spike. I went over this the other day. There's a big volume spike here that we're currently fighting with. When we lose it, look at this volume freaking gap, guys. Volume gap, okay? That's alt season. This is your mini alt season, and when we get sucked into this, you're going to see Lionheart times 10, guys. And we're close. I mean, this sucker starts about... the real gap starts right about there. And you can see that's where we wicked before. That's where we wicked before. You see that? We wicked that before. Let's see where my white line goes over here on the profile. That is where you lose this last little spike before coming. You do have a little spike that comes out here, so you could find some resistance there, some support there, excuse me. But if you lose that last one there, this is still a good drop. This is still a good run on alts right here. You lose that, you got the big one here, guys. The play is altcoins. And let's look at dominance here. All right. Let me throw my 15 line on here. All right, guys. So I know stochastics kind of bottomed out here, but volatility is really low. You're in the blue, but you see the blue coming up. Volatility is moving up. Volatility is moving up. It's on the weekly. While stochastic is headed down, that means move to the downside incoming. Let's look at 3-day. There you go. There it is, guys. You got 3-day volatility expansion. That means volatility was ice cold down here in the blue, right? Crossed over into the blue, and then you expanded back above the 15. Volatility expansion. Stochastic headed down. That means big aggressive move coming to the downside on Bitcoin dominance. What does that mean? Well, as long as Bitcoin is still moving up, which we anticipate Bitcoin moving up, signals say Bitcoin is moving up, right? We got the Lionheart indicators. Bitcoin's moving up while dominance is coming down, okay? That means more money is going into other coins. That means money's still coming in, but dominance is going down, but money's coming in because Bitcoin's going up. That means more money is going to altcoins. Altcoins are going to rise greater. Altcoins are your play right now. You've been waiting all cycle for this, and here it is. We're still going to futures trade Bitcoin, but it's time to pack your bags on some altcoins. Let's look at 5-day. 5-day, you're dangerously, I mean dangerously freaking close to getting expansion right here on the 5-day. With stochastic headed down. 2-day, you got expansion to the downside. Daily, same thing. You've been expanding on this for a little bit. You guys get the point. And look at the time you got expansion here. Look at the time. Look at the time you got expansion here. You got expansion right here on this candle. You got expansion. Boom, expansion. Already dropped 1.5% on Bitcoin dominance. That's on the daily. The time you got it. This thing works, guys. And in that time, that you got that little bitty baby 1.5% move to the downside. Little baby 1.5% move. Let me stress that. In that time, you got a 37% move on WorldCoin from 1.5% in Bitcoin dominance. And look at dominance. Let's go back to the week. Let me mark this out. I'm going to show you. Remember that number, 1.5% is what we've moved on this expansion, okay? 1.5%. Our target for dominance is going to be down about here, 42%. That's our target for dominance, okay? 1.5% gave you 40% on WorldCoin. 1.5%. We're still targeting 28% more to the downside on dominance. You do the math. If you're not in altcoins, you're doing it wrong. Okay, guys, I hope that sinks in with you. I'll be in Discord the rest of the day. Salt Chain hopes I'm right. He's ready for it. Thanos' bags are packed and ready to fly. Bitcoin. Uh-oh, ad click. Uh-oh, ad click. Bitcoin. I tried to tell you a minute ago, we're not going up today. Oh, ad click. Ad click, you're not a part of the VIP Discord, I don't think. If you are, I don't know your Discord name. You do not have the Bjorn indicator. It is the best indicator you ever see. That is how I just told you we headed down. We are not headed up today, guys. We are not headed up today, guys. Got a big sell signal. Look at the big S here on the 4 hour. Big 4 hour sell signal. You don't get these very much, guys. You do not get these sell signals very much. Let's see when the last one we got was here. That's back in November. You got the 4 hour sell signal. You got a 9% move to the downside on Bitcoin. Last time you got that signal. Here's the one before that was July. So July and November. Got a 3.5% move to the downside. They're good signals. They're reliable signals. You don't get them very much. They always play out. And we just got one right now. This current period, it will confirm. It's unconfirmed. It will confirm in 16 minutes. Okay? See what that 3.5% to downside would look like. Right down here to CME gap. Look at that. Guys, get you some altcoins today. Maybe wait till later in the day because I think Bitcoin's could give you a move to the downside today. Hence the thumbnail. Hence the thumbnail. I'll be in chat. When I get out of here, I'll be in Discord. Excuse me. When I get out of here, I got to get my account back activated. I'm going to look for this pull down to the downside. Wait for your altcoins to pull back a little, maybe, whatever you decide to do, and that would be the time to invest probably later today. Because I'm looking for some upside tomorrow. We'll reevaluate depending on what the dump today looks like. But altcoins, whether you get in now or you get in later and you gain 2 extra percent, whether you make 30% or 32%, you're counting pennies now. Don't worry, don't sweat pennies when we're making dollars. So get yourself positioned in some altcoins. We got some significant upside coming over the next month and a half, in my opinion. I'm positioned for them. I've showed it to you. We're up $22,000 since last Monday. Join us, guys. I'll be in Discord, AnthonyLeeCrypto.com. Join the VIP Discord. Get the Bjorn indicator there for free. And I will see you guys